everyone, it's Jillian and welcome to today's super fun slime video. So today I will be adding a bunch of ingredients that don't usually belong in slime. They're a little bit odd, a little bit random, but I was very curious to see what would happen to the slime once I mix these ingredients in, and I always love seeing the end result. Sometimes it's a complete fail, but sometimes it's super satisfying. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing I decided to add is store-bought slime and putty. So the first thing I needed to do was to create my slime base. So I just decided to do a very basic, thick, slightly glossy slime. So I added some school glue, some shaving foam, conditioner, and then I also decided to add some scent. This was not necessary, but I love all of my slimes to smell as amazing as possible, even though I had a feeling that the putty was going to make it smell a little bit gross. So after mixing everything together, I just went ahead and activated this, and I decided to activate it as normal. I wasn't sure if the slimes that I was going to add were going to overactivate the slime or melt the slime, but this was a good place to start. Now that my slime base is ready to go, it's time to get the putties. So these are the most adorable putties. They have really cute little kawaii faces. So I just unwrapped each putty, and then I discovered that each putty also had a little rubber wristband around, which I thought was so cute, and it matched the color of the slime. And what I found out is each slime here is actually a different texture. So some were glitter, some were metallic, and it was definitely an experience adding them to the slime. But I just added them one by one, and some were super melted, some were super dry and clay based. Once I had added all of the store-bought putties, it was time to try and mix everything in, and there were so many different textures. There was like a bright green neon goo, there was a very thick clay slime, there was some super melted metallic slimes, which I'm not sure what happened to those. They weren't slimes at all, but I just tried my best to mix everything in, and it turned into, as I suspected, a bit of a mess, but I just kept mixing and mixing, and it definitely took a bit of time. As you can see, the green goo was just breaking apart into pieces, so that was really difficult to blend in and incorporate to my slime. After a lot of mixing and kneading, this is the slime that I ended up with. As you can see, the pink slime just did not want to blend in. It really overactivated my slime base. As you can see, it's just tearing. It feels like rubber. I have actually saved this slime, and I'm going to attempt to give it a makeover. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but let me know if you want to see that and what ideas you have for the makeover. Moving along, I'm going to be adding some rainbow craft beads, and I found this palette of beads while I was wandering around the craft store, and I had no idea what I was going to do with it. All I knew was that I needed it in my life, so it's time to use it. So I decided to stick with the rainbow theme, and you guys know I like to make my slimes look as pretty as possible before destroying them. So I decided to make a rainbow inspired slime. I started by creating a sky background, and I mixed blue and white Model Magic clay together, and I thought this looked really cool, and I liked how it looked like the clouds were just floating across. So I put this in a square container, I made it as even as possible, and then I just went in with my beads, and I decided to use every single bead, and I decided to make my rainbow an ombre, so it went from bright to pastel, and I love the pastel side the most. Let me know in the comments below which side of the rainbow is your favorite, if you like the bright side or the pastel. I think they both look really cool, and as you can see, it just came together perfectly. After I was happy with how the rainbow was looking, I decided to take it to another level, and I took some really pretty iridescent flakes. First, I went in with a beautiful blue, and then over the white parts of the sky, I went in with a white iridescent flake to make the clouds sparkle. And I was doing this because I knew I was about to add clear slime. You guys know that this has been one of my favorite slime techniques recently, and I feel like what makes these slimes pop is pouring the clear slime over some iridescent flakes, and when the iridescent flakes catch the light, it is magical. Once I had topped it off with the clear slime, I just popped a lid on it and left it for a day just to make sure that the slime was as clear as possible, because as you can see, we have some air bubbles. So this is the slime a day later. As you can see, we've got some awesome layers going on, and I love the rainbow peeking through. It just looks so much more magical with that crystal clear slime sitting on top. And now it's time to mix everything together and to see what we're going to end up with. Here I'm just adding more beads, and this is actually a different style of beads. These are really pretty and metallic, and I'm just going to keep adding more and more beads, and it really increases the size of the slime. It also makes the slime very crunchy, but keep in mind that the more beads that you add, it kind of starts to hurt when you play with the slime. It gets quite crunchy. The beads are rock hard, so keep that in mind. That's always something that I find with these adding too much or adding random ingredients videos. There's always one ingredient that hurts my hands, but it's all worth it. With Easter right around the corner, I found the most adorable pastel Easter eggs, and these are meant for decorating, but I wanted to see what would happen if I added them to a slime. So first I wanted to create an adorable little Easter themed slime. So I decided to make a pastel green grass and then place the eggs on top. So starting off with my slime, I'm just adding all of my ingredients, and I added way too much cornstarch. It was such a fail, so here I am removing it because it was going to be way too thick. So here I'm mixing everything in, and then I just had to add more glue. I need to remember to use measuring spoons when I do cornstarch. I'm like, just a little sprinkle, and then the whole cornstarch goes in. I'm like, whoops, that was, wow, okay. Anyway, moving on, we're going to tint this green. I'm going for a really pretty Easter themed green. I don't know if that's an actual color, if I'm making it up, I'm not sure, but here is our Easter green. I'm also scenting this pear because it was a green scent, and it kind of went with it, to be honest, and I'd never used it, so I thought it was time to break out the pear scent. And then just activating this slime, and I just activated it to a usual amount. It was very clicky and great for bubble pops. I really wanted this slime to have a unique grass-like texture on top, so I thought I would tint some instant snow green. So what I did was add some water to a jug and then add green food coloring. Then I added my instant snow to a bowl and just activated it like usual, and as you can see, it looks so cool and it's such a bright green, and this is going to look awesome sitting on top of the slime. So now to assemble it, I'm just placing that really pretty pastel green slime on the bottom and then topping it with our instant snow or our fake grass, and then I went in with some little leaf sprinkles and also some more iridescent flakes because I'm obsessed with them at the moment. And then taking the Easter eggs, I just decided to kind of bury these in the top. As you can see, I'm just placing them upright, and I think this looks so cute with the pastel green, and it turned out adorable. This was such a cool slime to create. I did find that it melted a little bit just because I was adding instant snow, and also the Easter eggs kept wanting to run away from my slime and drop because they're quite large and heavy, but I still think it's a really cool slime. Probably just not the most practical, but I'm so happy that I got the chance to make an Easter slime, and it's the prettiest shade of green. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please let me know in the comments below if there are any other unusual ingredients that you would like to see added to slime in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!